So now I have added some more products here on which we are going to apply the filters. So let's go to our project, and here inside the page.tsx add an HR tag, and below that we are going to have our container component. Now let's go inside the component and make that container component. So container.tsx tsrafc export default container. And now let's import in our page.tsx. Save. Now as you can see, we have container written over here. Let's add a folder name container and push and add this container in that folder. And now here inside this div, make one more div, and it will have a class name flex, and then inside that we are going to have a link, and inside the link we are going to have a div, and inside that add filters. Let's provide href, and it will point to /filters and give a class name of bicycling 60. Now below this link, make one more div in the class name of px20. Inside that write item component. Now we are going to make this component in the container, and we are going to make these two components in the container folder. So that filter.tsx and one more item.tsx. Now import both here. So first let's work on the item. So here first we are going to import an icon, which will be AI, outlines, heart, React icons /AI. There should not be D here. Then we are going to import the link from next link. Then import this one from app/prisma.db, and let's make this arrow function, so that const item a sync function, and inside that we are going to pass our props, which will be a type of props, then our arrow, and inside that we are going to have our products. So const products is equals to prisma dot product dot find menu, and write return. Inside that write a div. Let's console our product, and then go back here. So if you're getting this kind of output in your console, the reason is that you didn't have added the await. So if you add the await, you'll get the correct output. which is this. Now we are going to use this output to display all the products in our main page here. So now below this, if the products dot length is equals to 0, then return div saying empty. Now inside this div we are going to have h1 tag with the class name of py3 text excel and then create clothing. So that write a div with the class name grid. If it's above sm, then we are going to have grid calls 2. Otherwise, grid calls 1. Now, now we are going to use the products and map over that. Then a small braces. Inside that we are going to have a div and then give a key value which will be product.id. Then we are going to have a link and the href value will be slash dashboard slash product.id. Then inside this we are going to have a div with the class name relative rounded lg, and then we are going to have an image. So first we will have a classes. So w will be 250 pixels, h will be 300 pixels, object cover, object top rounded lg, and inside the src we are going to pass our product dot images dot split by comma, and then we are going to use the first image of our image array. Then outside this div, make one more div with the class name of flex item center justify between and empty4. Then one more div, class name text 14 pixels, font medium, next width will be of 150 pixels, white space no wrap, overflow hidden. Inside that write h1 tag and the classes will be these. Actually the div will not have any classes. And inside the h1 tag write product dot title, and below that h1 tag we are going to have a p tag, the class name of text 13 pixels, opacity will be 60, and we are going to provide the product dot store name. Below this div write a span with the class name px2 font medium bg gray 100 rounded lg, and then write product dot price dot 00 and in front add a dollar sign. Now let's save and go back to our browser. Refresh the page and you can see we have all the products we have to give some gaps here. So gap will be 20, and now they are looking good. Now this side we are going to add the filter component, so they will be shifted to the rightmost part. So now let's work on the filter. Although the filter will not be applied on the home page, it will be applied on the filter page. So whenever we click on this, we are going to be directed on this filter page, and then we are going to filter our products here. So now let's go to the filter, and here as well change this to arrow function. So at const filter. So this filter component will be a client component, and then here we are going to have a use state, then use effect. Other than that, we are going to have two icons, and we are going to import axis. And now inside the filter component, we are going to define some states which will be used while filtering our product. So first will be const show filter. So this will be used for small devices. So show filters, use state, type will be boolean, and initial value will be false. Then we are going to have const selected categories, set selected categories, use state, type will be string array, and initial value will be unclear. Then we are going to have const selected size, set selected size, and copy this from over and paste. Then we are going to have all hex values, set hex values, use state, the type will be same, at selected hex values, set selected hex values, copy and paste. Next we are going to have state for price, set price, use state, and it will have object, min will be 0 and max will be 100. Now let's write some functions here. So first will be const handle min change, which will be a type of react dot change event HTML input element, and inside that const value is equals to e dot target dot name is equals to min, and we're going to pass int e dot target dot value. Otherwise we are going to have e dot target dot value. Next we are going to set the price. So first we are going to set the price, and then e dot target dot name will be equals to value. Similarly we can write the handle max change. So copy that and change the name, and here change the name, and that's it for the handle max change. Next we are going to write function for toggle the category. It will take category as input and it will be a type of string. Inside that we are going to have set selected categories and then previous categories, arrow function, and previous categories dot includes category. So if the previous category include the category, we are going to do previous category dot filter C, and C will not be equal to category. Otherwise, we're just going to spread our previous category and insert the category value. Similarly, we can write the function for toggle size. So copy this and paste it below and change the name to toggle size. I want to pass the size. And we can also write same for toggle color. And now let's get all the colors that we have included in our products. For that we are going to make a API route. So inside the API folder, make a folder named color, and then inside that make a file route.ts. Inside that, first we are going to import a Prisma from app/PrismaDB, and then we are going to import our next response from next server, and write export async function, which will be type of get request, type of request. Now inside that we are going to use a try and catch block. First we are going to get all the colors from our database. So write await prisma dot product dot find many, and inside that we are going to select color to be true, and then we are going to return next response .json all colors, and then we are going to catch any error. Console.log error fetching all colors, and then return next response .error. Now save and go back to our filter, and here we are going to define a function const get all colors. It will be a type of async function, and then inside that we are going to use a try and catch block. Const response is equals to await access dot get, then provide the URL, which will be /API/color, and then return response.data. Then we are going to catch error and console.error and return null. Consoling, in the console we get this type of data. We get in JSON, and inside that we get the colors, which is in the object format. Now we want this to be an array so that we can map over all the colors and show it here. So let's make this an array. For that we are going to use the use effect here. So let's remove this. And below this function we want to have use effect. Inside that we want to call our getAll function, then all colors, and if all colors are available, then we are going to define a hex set, which will be a new set type of string, and then all colors dot for each element, which will be a type of any, const colors is equals to element dot color dot split, and colors dot for each color type of string, const hex value is equals to color dot replace hashtag with this, then hex set dot add hex value, unique hex values, which will be a type of string array, is equals to array dot from hex set, and then we are going to set the hex values to unique hex values. And this use effect works only when the page is load, so we can provide an empty array here that const all hex value is equals to all hex values. So with that we have written almost all the functions for this filter. Now let's work on the JSX part. First, give this a class name of relative, and inside that div, make one more div with a class name of max width of 250 pixels, then border left of 0.5 pixels, and border right of 0.5 pixels, and then pass if show filter is true, then write max MD width will be 250 pixels, otherwise width will be 0, and max MD invisible. Inside this div, make one more div with the class name of flex item center, justify between px5 py4 and border bottom of 0.5 pixels, and then inside that I want to have an h1 tag with the class name of text neutral 800 and light filters. Then we are going to use our icon, which is BS slider to vertical, then close it. Now size will be 20 and then class name text neutral 600. Now below this div, make one more div, the class name of flex call py3 pb5 text sm text neutral 600 and border bottom of 0.5 pixels. Inside that we are going to have a span, and first we are going to give a class name py3 px5 and if selected categories dot contain dot includes 500, otherwise none, and below that write on click function which will have the toggle category function with blouses, and write blouses here as well. Now duplicate this and change this to short, and here as well short. And similarly we are going to have denim and jeans, party pants, skirts, top and tees, jackets and coats, and you can add other categories as well. So now let's save and go back here. Let's see, we have some error here. Writing all colors dot polish is not a function. Let's refresh, and this should be capital. Now save, refresh. So we have our filters, but the CSS is not matching. Let's go and fix that up. The width will be MD, then width 250 pixels. Now save and go back here. Refresh the page. So fix this CSS as well. And now let's save. And here you can see that we got all the filters. Right now the opacity is 60%, so you are not seeing that clearly. If I remove this and below this div, make one more div with the class name border bottom of 0.5 pixels, padding bottom of 10, and then inside make one more div with the class name flex item center, justify between px5 py4 border bottom now 0.5 pixels, mb5, then write h1 tag, the class name flex text neutral 800 and then write prices, and below that we are going to use our icon BS chevron. Size will be 18, and then the class name will be text neutral 600, then close. And now below this div, make one more div with the class name create. Create calls to cap will be 5, px5 overflow hidden, and inside that make one more div with class name flags call justify center item center, then give a label, and then class name text 15 pixels and opacity of 75, and write min. Below make div with the class name relative, and inside that we are going to have a span with the class name of absolute. Left will be 3, top will be 1, and then add the dollar sign here, and below that we are going to have our input, which will be a type of number, so and name will be min. Pass the onChange function, and then write handle min change and give value to price dot min. Now let's give some classes here. So that class name w full after line none border of 1 pixels rounded LG px2 text center py of 2 pixels. Now let's copy and now let's duplicate this and change this to max and max here as well and here as well, and then change the function to handle max. Now let's save and go back here, and now you can see we have a min and a max value here. And now below this div make one more div, the class name border p of 0.5 pixels, then one more div with the class name flex item center justify between px5 py4 border of bottom 0.5 pixels and b5. Inside that we are going to have an h1 tag, so copy that from here, paste and change those two colors. And now below this div we are going to have unorder list, and it will have a class name create calls 4 px5 and gap will be 5. Now we are going to map over all x value, so write all x value dot map x value, then index, small places, then ally, and it will have a key which will be index, then class name, W of 40 pixels, H of 40 pixels, rounded 2 pixel, border of 0.5 pixels, border neutral of 300 pixels, 300, then cursor pointer, and then selected hex values includes $x value. Then we are going to give a shadow of 2 pixels, opacity of 25, otherwise nothing. Then we are going to give a style which will be background color, and it would be hashtag $hex value, and then we are going to have a onClick function, and here we are going to call our function toggle color. Then we are going to pass our color, and lastly we are going to work on the sizes. So that div with the class name sizes, and inside that make one more div, and we can just copy that from here and paste it and change this to sizes. Now below that we are going to have another list with the class name these, and then inside that we are going to have our allies. So first let's give some classes. So class will be border of 0.5 pixel, rounded LG, text center, text 14 pixels, py of 14, py of 2 pixels, cursor pointer, and if the selected size dot include, then we are going to give a BG color of neutral 900 and text white, otherwise we are going to do nothing. Then below that we are going to have a onClick function, and here we are going to pass the function of toggle size, and then the size SM, and here as well. So write MD, here MD as well, and here as well. Then we are going to have the size which is XL, so write XL here. And let me give some margin bottom here so that we can see our sizes. So give class name margin bottom of 200 pixels, and here as you can see now we have our sizes, our colors, price, and the categories. So in the item let's do some changes here in the CSS. So Right here LG, if the window size is above LG, then we are going to give a greet call 3. Then if it's above SM, then call 2, and by default it will be calls 1. And if the gap will be above MD, then gap will be 20. Otherwise gap will be 12. And also inside the filter, we have to add a button here, and this button will change the value of show filter, and this will be the CSS absolute, MD hidden, top 20 at minus 40 pixels, rotate 90, BG 100, BG gray 100, PX2, round top SM, cursor pointer, and right filters. Now let's save and go back here, and I will decrease the size of window. This little button pops up if the window size is empty, and when I click, all the filters shows up. Let's work on the API. So go to the API folder and make a file name, filter product. Inside that, make a file name route.ts. So as always, we are going to import Prisma and next response. So go here and copy that from here, paste, and below that we are going to write export async function with get request set that try and catch block. First we are going to have our const search param is equals to new URL search params, and we are not going to import anything. And here we are going to have request.url, and now from the search params we are going to extract all the filters. So first will be categories search params dot get all. Inside that write categories array. Now what this line is doing is getting all the values which is associated with the categories. So similarly we can get the colors as well, and then sizes, and then we are going to get our min price str from the params, and we are going to get our max price str from the params. Now we have to change this str to the integer. So for that write min price is equals to min price str. If present, then we are going to pass it to integer, otherwise undefined, and same for max price. Now we are going to get our products, so that const products is equals to await prisma dot product dot find many, and inside that we are going to give conditions where, and here we are going to use the OR operator for the filters. Inside the OR operator, first we are going to destructure the categories and then map over the category, and if the style contains the category, we are going to send that product. Now there should be small braces around here, don't forget to add it. Really we can do for sizes, so we are going to map over them as well, and then if the style, and then and then if the size contains the size, we are going to return that product. And then we are going to filter product based on price. So that price, inside that GT min price and LT max price. And last filter is colors. So that colors dot map, and then if it contains the color, we are going to return that product. And if that product contains that color, we are going to return that product. Then below this line, we are going to return our next response .json products, and then we are going to catch errors, console.log error in selecting the product, then passing the error, and then lastly we are going to return our next response .error. And this is all we need to do that in the API file. Now let's write a function to use this API route. And one more thing, that here this should be max, not max. Now let's go back to the filter, and here we are going to use the use effect, so that whenever we change in the filter, the response changes. So first axis dot get, and then provide the API endpoint, filter product. Then we are going to provide the data in form of params. Inside the param, first we are going to give categories, which will be selected categories. Then size, which will be selected size. Then price, which will be, in which we are going to have min price, so price dot min. Then max price, which will be price dot max. And then we are going to give our color, right colors, selected X values. And then outside this we are going to provide our headers. So content type will be application.json, application/json, and then below this, that then console.log response.data, and here write response. Then we are going to catch errors. And now let's save and go back to the browser, refresh the page, and as you can see we got one response, and the reason is that the price range is from 0 to 1, from 0 to 10, and this product is false in that category. Now if I change this to 19, you can see that now I got 3 responses, 4, 5, 6, and now if I select the 3XL, you can see now I got 4 responses. So as we change the filter data, our response data also changes. Let's say that our filter is working. Now we just have to make a page for filters and then render these responses here. For that, let's go to our VS Code. But for that, let's uncomment these and add the opacity to 16. So whenever I click on this or this, I get added to the slash filters. And now let's make that page here. So first close this, and inside the app directory make a folder named filters, then page.tsx, and first make this a client component. Then we are going to have use state, use effect, then import a navbar, then import filters, then import axis, then import link. Now here we are going to define some states. So the states will be same as we defined in the filter. So go to the filter and copy all these and paste here. And other than that, we are going to define one more state here, which is response set response is equals to use state, type will be any, and type will be any array, initial value will be empty array. Now we are going to copy this filter here and paste inside this filter folder, and now we are going to change the component here. So first remove all these, and here we are going to define some props. So write selected categories, type will be string array, then second will be set selected categories, type will be react dot dispatch, react dot set status action string array, then write selected size, which will be a type of string and string array, then set selected size, which will be type of this, then all hex values string array, then set all hex values, then that's selected hex values, that will be string and array, and then set selected hex value, and this should be all, and here should be all, this should be, and then set selected all hex values, and this should be selected all hex values. Then we are going to write price, and it will have min value, which will be number, and max value, which will be number, and set price, which will be type of react dot dispatch react set state action min number max number. Now let's change this value. So this will be props dot set price, this will be props dot price, and here let's go here this state should be here. Now similarly, right here props dot set size, props dot size, props dot set selected, props dot set select size, props dot set selected hex values. So I think I have written, done some spelling mistakes. So let's go here. Set selected hex values. So props dot set selected all hex values. Then here props dot set Now after changing all of them, we can cut this function. Let's go to the page.tsx. First change this to capital P. Then below this we are going to use the use effect. Inside that we are going to define a function which will be const fetch data, which will be a sync function. Inside that we are going to use the try and catch block, and inside the try block we can copy the values from our components. So from the filter we can copy this, go back to the page.tsx, and here write const response is equals to await, then paste, and then remove this part. Now let's catch the error, and then here write catch error console.log error, and then we are going to call our function fetch data, and in the dependency we are going to provide the selected categories, selected size, selected hex values, and price. Now let's save, go back here, and as you can see in the response we got one response which has the price value below 10. So we can see that, as I told you earlier, that the min and max is 0 and 10. Inside this div, add a class name, it takes 5, max width of 1280 pixels, and MX Auto. And inside this we are going to have one div with a, and then we can write our navbar here. Then below this div add a HR tag, and then one more div with class name of flex, and inside that add a div, and then import our filter from /filter. Then we are going to pass all our states here. So first will be selected categories, which will be equals to selected categories, then set selected categories, set selected categories, Now outside this div, make one more div with the class name of px10, and then inside the attachment tag the class name of py3 text full excel, and write filtered products clothings. Then below that make a div with the class name, and copy this CSS from here. So copy this and paste it here, and also give margin top of 5. Now we are going to map over the responses. So write response dot map, then product, which will be type of n, and then add a div with the key value of product dot id, then add a link, and href will be slash dashboard slash product dot id. Inside this link we are going to have the same JSX from here, so copy this and paste here. Now let's save and go back here, refresh the page. Let's make this to Excel and font medium. And there's nothing showing here. I think there's some problem. So I think the response is empty. Let's see why. So we have to set the response value. So write set response and then pass response dot data. Now save, go back here, and as you can see now we have our response here. So we have t-shirt. Let's select the 3XL size, and as you can see now we have 4 products here. And if I select this color and remove the 3XL, select this one. So right now no colors is selected. When I select this red color, I'm getting all these products. Deselect, everything goes away. If I select this, I'm getting two products here. Now I'm getting 3 products because I have selected these 2. Now let's make this 2 14. Now as you can see, after $11 I'm getting this product. So if I make the price less than 5, nothing is showing, and if I click on the shirt, I'll get shirt to product. So with that, as you can see now our filtering is working. Let's go back to the home page. When I click on the filters or on this part, I get directed to the /filter page, and then here you can apply the filters. Like if I make this 100, I'll get the whole product that is between this price range. Let's make it 10, and if I click on the 3XL, you can see I'll get these products. So with that, we have completed the filtering part of our website. Now in the next tutorial, we are going to work on the individual pages on which we are going to show the individual product, where we are going to uh, show the individual details, and user will be able to comment on that and give it a rating, and also will be able to add to the cart. But right now the page is not available, as you can see.